Moweni, and welcome to Fresh Perspective, where we'll be taking another look at life. Today's question: why do we fall out of love? Well, thank you for joining me. Before I get into that, Fresh Perspective is about taking another look at life, changing the angle we see things, and through that process, learning things. So if you are here, that's you. You see life differently and want to keep on seeing life differently. Right, back to our question today. Why do we fall out of love? The simple answer is we fall out of love because that is the only way for us to start learning how to really love. Because being in love or romantic love has its place, but it's very different from true love, from real love, from loving someone. Because when you're in love, your brain secretes all the happy hormones that make us feel wonderful and motivated. It's true. When you are in love, your system is flooded with dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, the happy hormones. And because of this, investing in your relationship during the romantic love phase is easy. We don't mind going that extra mile for one another. It is almost as if it requires no effort. And if you've ever been in love, you know exactly what I mean. But as you know, it doesn't stay that way. But that doesn't mean that the feeling of being deeply connected also has to go away. It just takes much more effort, or maybe I can even say a different kind of effort. It takes real love. It challenges us to learn how to love. So when we fall out of love, those same expressions of love and caring that was so easy to do when we're in love, it might feel impossible to do. Once there is a certain level of commitment, the brain decreases the level of the happy hormones. And I find that absolutely fascinating, that the brain is wired that way, to do that, to flood our system with these feel-good hormones when we are in love, making everything easy, and then decreases it over time to help us. All right, so let me just go on about that for a little bit longer. When we fall in love, we get a lot of help, right? That's the purpose of the hormones. But once that stage is over, we have to practice loving one another in order for the same level of hormones to be produced. So it's produced easily and instantly when we are in love. But after that phase, we have to do certain things to create those hormones in our system, to help our system produce it. For example, and if you've read my book, 10 Habits of Happy Relationships, you already know this, and hopefully you've been practicing this, but your body releases oxytocin when you hug for at least 20 seconds. So when you hug your partner and hold on to them for at least 20 seconds, then you release oxytocin into your system, which makes you feel happy and good. And you might not always feel like hugging and holding your partner. And for some of you, it might even be scary, but that's what it takes. Grabbing your partner, holding onto them, hugging them, helps you to create and your brain to produce those hormones. What also happens when the romantic love phase is over or starts to fade, we think our partners has changed. But it's both of you who changes. Because both of your brains decrease the level of hormones being secreted. When this happens, you really change back to being yourself. Now the goal is to create what you experience in the romantic love phase intentionally. Once again, it's about practicing true love. So maybe another question could be, why do we fall in love in the first place? Falling in love helps us to commit to someone and then to start the process of learning how to love that person and ourselves. Remember when you learned to ride a bike? When you learn to ride a bike, you have a lot of help. Training wheels, someone pushing you forward, catching you when you fall over, all of these things, and people cheering you on. Everyone is excited for you and supports you and so proud of you. I mean, it's fantastic. It's awesome. But if you were still riding with training wheels today as an adult, would you still expect everyone to show the same excitement about your cycling skills? Probably not. The better you get, the less you are supposed to need these extras. The problem in relationships is that we don't want to take off the training wheels. We don't want to find our own balance. We think we should have the help, the balancing help of romantic love. But when learning to ride a bike when you're small, you want to get better. You want to get better so you no longer need all the help. We don't see relationships the same way. We think riding with training wheels is normal and is the way it should be. When the training wheels break and fall off, we are not prepared at all. We fall over. Sometimes we not only fall out of love, we fall out of commitment. And this is why I think it's so important to have your own definition of love. A definition that's healthy and helpful. If you have a definition, it is something that you can actually practice consciously. You can learn how to do it if you have the definition. So my question to you today is, my friend, are you still practicing to do the things that were once so easy? Do you long for your training wheels, or are you constantly increasing your skill level and enjoying the freedom that this brings? So I hope I'm not being too abstract today. Feel free to send me a message with your thoughts. But until next time, thank you for tuning in, and remember that if you change your perspective, you can transform your life and your love. All right, that's it for today. Thanks, my friend. Bye.